Hey everyone, this is Germ, and continuing my series of unlocking all the attachments for every gun and vehicle in Battlefield 3. Today I finished the PKP Pecheneg, and I have to say this is one of the first guns I finished that I really did not enjoy at all. I've used the PKP for actually a couple months now, off and on. It's got some good qualities. It's pretty devastating in close quarters, but it has a lot of weaknesses too, and I think the weaknesses really, in the end, make it not that great of a gun to use. I just don't really understand what the purpose of this gun is in the game. Of course, you have to keep in mind that the guns in Battlefield 3 are not necessarily indicative of their real-world counterparts, just because they have to be balanced out for the purposes of the game. But the PKP, like most of the light machine guns, isn't the fastest at scoping up. And it takes a second, well, not a second, but it takes maybe like half a second. There's a little bit of delay when you pull the trigger when you're hip firing. Before it starts shooting, just time enough to hike the gun up and start firing. So close quarters, you will lose to anyone with a SMG or G18, 93R, something like that. It's very hard to win those close quarter engagements, and because of the long time this takes to scope up, it's not really worth doing that against people either. Now, it also has quite a lot of bullet spread because of the very high recoil. So you can see what I've been doing in this video is I'm putting a red dot sight on it for the few times where you do need to scope up. If you do need to, it's a decent way to do it. And I also run a laser sight on the gun most of the time, because then you can hip fire a little bit better if you go for headshots. You know, it's not terrible, it's just, it's not that great. I would never pick this over, say, an MP7 for close quarters engagements. And you might be thinking, well, why don't you just use it like you're supposed to use an LMG? You know, why don't you put a bipod on it, or shoot it long distances, or use it for suppression, or something like that? Well, it is good for suppression, but for close quarter, or not for close quarter, for long distance engagements where you might mount it with a bipod, it still has a lot of recoil and pretty average damage. So I don't know why you would choose this over something like the M60 or the M240 Bravo, even the M249. The M249 I really enjoy, and I feel like it's a little bit quicker version of this. It just feels quicker. And part of that may just be subjective, but I really do feel like there's a difference that causes this to be not nearly as enjoyable of a gun. As far as attachments, I run extended mags a lot of the time. Extended mags are really nice because you have 200 rounds and you can just plow through stuff. The foregrip is also nice if you are going to be using it in close quarters engagements, or, you know, I don't recommend you scope up. I recommend you just fire from the hip, and in that case the foregrip will be very handy. I wouldn't use the suppressor. I wouldn't use the longer zoomed in scopes. I don't really know why you'd want to use a flash hider. That's a gun, or that's an attachment that I think has very few uses in the game, for few practical uses. Of course, night vision, the same as any other gun, you'd only use that for specific purposes, the infrared. So that's not really a big deal whether or not you want to use that on this gun. I normally just run a red dot. I don't play with the 4x scopes or anything like that because of the large amount of recoil on this gun. I just don't feel like those scopes are worth it, because you are going to have probably too much recoil to really take advantage of them. So anyway, this is the PKP Pecheneg. I've used it. I'm not sad that it's over. Next for the support class, I think I might do another shotgun, but for the support class. I finished a shotgun under the assault class, and I think I might just do another one. Maybe the 1014. That'd be a nice semi-automatic shotgun to work on. So anyway, I haven't really decided yet. You'll see when I start posting footage using one. But let me know what gun you want me to focus on next for any of these. Otherwise, I'll just keep working on the ones I'm planning on. You know, you may not be that interested in which gun I focus on next, because it's really, this is more of a personal goal for me than it's going to be super entertaining for you guys, I realize. But if you haven't played a lot with one gun, me going all the way through all the attachments may give you some insights on them, and you may find it entertaining, very possibly. So that's why I am doing this. And, you know, I haven't 100%ed a game in a long time, so this is also a good opportunity to do that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and have a great day.